Hey, babe.
Yeah, baby.
Question for you.
In the bathroom.
Yes, sir. Here we are.
Okay.
So a question came up. A couple started dating. Things were going really well.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're married and things are not, they're not getting along. What happened?
Not getting along in marriage. All right. Most of the time when you run into a marriage that's having a hard time with their communication, but they started off really well, expectations and priorities. Expectations are, this is what I think you should be doing, and when it comes to the priorities, they start moving themselves up your priority scale. But the hard part about that is, with each level of commitment it changes, but no conversation about it has happened. I'll give you an example. Think of when you guys first meet, and when you guys met each other, it was like, oh, like she's playful and funny, your jokes are super funny, all of your hobbies and habits that you do, they're really, like, you can play video games and hang out with your buddies, it's all cool, you may be talking to other girls, but whatever, if you guys are just friends, who cares? But then you get committed in a relationship. You're like, hey, all that girl stuff has to go. You know, at least make some time for me, but still play games and still hang out with your buddies or do sports or whatever you do. Cool, I love your habits. It's cool what you do. Then move in with each other. When you move in with each other, it's like, hey, I noticed how much you're playing video games and not spending time with me. Maybe you should knock that down a little bit. And your boys are kind of annoying me a little bit, and we got stuff around here I want a certain way, and I noticed you've been leaving your toothbrush out or the socks in the living room, and I need you to stop that so much. So I need you to change a little bit what you're doing, because now we're at a different level. I need you to start doing things differently.
Right.
And then you get married, and then it turns into an almost complete ownership. Like, you're mine, I'm yours. We need some changes. The video games have to go. We got stuff we got to do. And your friends, they're around too much. They can't be around so much anymore. And all the stuff that you like to do around here, it needs to be this way because I like my house in order. And what happens is they keep changing what your priorities are supposed to be. No longer accepting who you are as a person and trying to tell you the way that you need to be now for them to feel safe, secure, or the way that they want things to be. This means who you used to be is not good enough anymore. You are no longer accepted. You are no longer allowed to be who you are. I need you to be what I want you to be. The expectation changed completely. And that there's no conversation with each level of making agreements or understanding each other or even accepting who each other is, because now I own you and I need you to be what I want you to be, and it's a demand, not an agreement.
Hey, babe.
Yes, baby.
I'm on a roll today. I got one more for you.
I'm ready this time.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So you work with men daily, right?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us, what's something that some women would be surprised to hear that men are dealing with?
What they'd be surprised to hear,
Yeah.
like what their guys are really saying?
Yeah.
It almost seems like every guy feels alone. It doesn't matter if they've got their family there or anything. It feels like they're misunderstood or unappreciated or not noticed, or their efforts go just passed over and skipped. It's like they're not important anymore, and they're sacrificing everything for everyone else, and feels like it's never enough, and no one even notices. Mm-hmm. It seems like the majority, the biggest group, is people who feel alone, and so each guy is trying to struggle with finding where their place is and where they belong when they feel like they belong nowhere, even in their own house. Your guy doesn't feel as heard as you may think. And your guy doesn't feel as valued as you may think. And especially during this time of isolation and people losing their business and losing their job and losing their identities. And I don't mean like identity theft. I mean like, who am I? I don't even know what I do anymore. Guys feel completely unheard, unappreciated, and alone. And I think that if you really heard what your guy was saying, you'd be surprised. It's the most common thing I see with guys. Hey, babe.
Yes.
What do you think when I ask you questions like, why did you put that there?
It sounds aggressive to me.
Sounds aggressive? What do you think I'm doing? What do you think my intention is?
Ask me why I put something there?
You're like, why'd you put that there?
It
Or
feels
like, what did you do that for?
I feel a little bit of blame.
I feel like, all right, I'm blaming you. If I'm blaming you, what is the reason you believe that I'm blaming you for it?
To make me feel bad.
I want you to feel bad, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I want you to feel bad, what would my benefit or my gain be if I make you feel bad?
To make yourself feel better.
Now I'm doing better because you're doing worse, right?
Yeah.
All right. Most of what's happening in this, if you guys notice, is assumptions.
Yeah.
The problem with assumptions is we believe the assumptions that we created are true.
Yeah.
Let that one soak in. We believe the assumptions that we created are the truth. They are not. All the stuff that you were making up, babe, that stuff wasn't real.
Right.
So we're playing a game. We're doing a challenge, and I want you guys to challenge with us. See as an awareness of your own reason that you're asking if you can state your intention. Give you an example. Hey, babe, why did you put that there? The reason I'm asking is because I want to make sure I don't mess up your system and or if we can be a great team and work together on where it should go.
Yeah. So good.
Does that feel better?
Yeah. You know, when you ask it that way, my guard naturally goes down. I start to feel safer. It's a better way of communicating for us to
Right.
work better as a team.
Why did you just say that? The reason I'm asking is because I want to grow with you as a couple and I want us to be a strong team.
Yeah.
So I want to know your answer. I really want to understand you.
Yeah.
Why did you say that?
So good.
See how it's better?
Oh, yeah.
So there's
Feels good.
a good practice. I want you guys to practice and see if you can state your intention. Also beware if you use negative intentions on purpose. Like I'm asking because I think you're an idiot. Like expect conflict. Expect it to go
That works
south.
well.
If you want to kill your relationship, it's good to know your intentions. But if you're really trying to make something work to where you can feel heard and you guys are able to work together, see if you can catch the awareness of the reason why your intention truly is that you're doing or saying what you're doing,
Yeah.
because it makes you both able to put your guard down to grow, which is again the point of a relationship, trying to make
Absolutely.
it better together. Give it a shot. I want to see what you guys get. Leave it in the comments.
Okay, I have a question for you today. What do you think are the three basic needs of a guy in a relationship? Let's do relationships today.
Okay. All right. So aside from the love part to it, if you get into just what do men need, just the basics, this is where women mess up men the most.
Tell us.
We are apes. We're monkeys. We're
Yeah.
dogs. We're so simple. There's three things that when I've talked to my men over and over again, if I said you have these three things, would you be happy? They're like, I would be very happy if that's it. Here's how simple we are. Hungry, horny, appreciation. And appreciation is the big one. That's where it's like respect and honor and all that stuff falls under appreciation. Like, how do we like to be appreciated? That's the big part to it. And most guys feel extremely underappreciated. But I'll tell you right now, guys who are well sexed do not cheat. Guys who are well fed complain a lot less. Like, there's more they can, like, as far as those things, those taken care of, you have no problems. Like, a well-fed guy and a well-sexed guy is a content dude.
Yeah, but
a
I've
guy
known-
who's highly appreciated, that guy will do anything for you.
Yeah, but you said guy that is well sexed won't cheat. I don't know if I agree with that because I've known some people that is not the case.
If you listen, here's the part when it comes to cheaters. Out of your three things, if one of them's missing, they'll seek it somewhere else. So they may have sex and they may have food, but if they're not appreciated or not getting the things that they feel like they need to feel valued, and that's getting into the love circle, if they're not having needs met, if they're not valued, if they're not able to fulfill some part of feeling appreciated, wanted, loved, any of that stuff, not honored, not respected, they'll seek that gratification from somewhere else. Now, please understand, the appreciation one is the big category. Food and sex is
You can
simple.
get anywhere.
It's simple.
Yeah.
We're simple creatures for that one. But how appreciated is your man is how devoted that guy will be.
Hey, babe,
Yes, babe.
what's your opinion on love languages?
On love languages,
Yep.
I think one thing people don't think about love languages, is that two of them are dangerous. More dangerous than others, and people don't really think about that. So when it comes to the love languages, I'll give you an example. If somebody's a gift giver, and let's say you bought me a pair of shoes. Like, hey, I bought you this, I know you wanted them, that's nice. Do I have to immediately go out and buy you something so that we're good?
No.
That'd be weird, right? What about if it's an active service where I'm like, hey, babe, I just took out the garbage. Do you immediately have to go like, oh, well, then I'll go make the bed. So now we're evened out. That's weird, right? Wouldn't
Right.
do that. When it comes to even quality time, if we're just hanging out with each other and you're like, hey, I'm going to touch your feet, do I have to hurry and touch your feet?
No.
No, it gets weird. We just enjoy each other. You read your book or I'll play a game or whatever we're doing. The two that are dangerous is words of affirmation and touch. And you wouldn't think so. I'll give you an example. What if you said, I love you? And I go, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Not good.
Now, it feels weird, right?
Yeah.
Or if I say, you look beautiful, and you're like, what do you know? Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I gave you a nice and you gave me a not nice. If that's not reciprocated, it hurts.
Right.
I got one for you. Try and hold my hand.
Don't like that.
How's that feel?
Really don't like that.
If I'm not in the mood to be touched, but you're a touch love language, you're trying to show me love. And I showed you rejection to your highest form of love. That's the most painful one. If you're with someone who doesn't understand that has to be reciprocated immediately,
Yep.
they'll be causing irreparable damage, even if it's being intimate or even just holding hands. If someone's pulling away or saying, I'm not interested, the highest source of pain for you just trying to show love.
Just rejection.
Mm.
Yeah, doesn't feel good.
Oh.
I didn't like that.